Y'all, we finally made it. Episode 12, Season 1 finale. We've audited pirates, dinosaurs, and pop star obsessions. But for the finale, we're going somewhere raw. We're going to the Bronx and the jungles of Vietnam. In the 1995 Hughes Brothers masterpiece, Dead Presidents, we follow Anthony Curtis. He does everything right according to what he knows. He graduates high school, he joins the Marines, he serves his country, and survives the unsurvivable. But Anthony returns to an America that wants to forget the Vietnam War even happened, and specifically, an America that has no room for Black veterans who come home with trauma but no title. He's a man with a set of S-rank skills and a high-level security clearance, but he's stuck in a low-level reality. He's overqualified for the block and undervalued by the system. Welcome back to Suit and Screen. I'm Lady Ray, your strategic consultant. Today, we're auditing one of my favorite movies, Dead Presidents. We're talking about the sunk cost fallacy, the dangerous price of a desperate hustle, and why your exit strategy is more important than your entrance. In business, we talk about the social contract, the unspoken agreement that if you put in the work, the organization will take care of you. Anthony paid his dues in blood, but when he got back, the contract was shredded. This is where the sunk cost fallacy kicks in. If the hustle is born out of systematic desperation, the ROI will almost always be tragedy. So, are you doubling down on your current path because it's the right move, or because the system has you feeling like you have no other choice? The heist in Dead Presidents wasn't a strategic expansion. It was a desperate exit by men and one woman who were left behind by a country they believed in. As much as I joke about robbing a bank, don't actually do that. Here's what you should do when planning your exit strategy. First, we have the fragile coalition. Anthony's team wasn't built on shared values. It was built on shared trauma and a lack of options. In business, a team built on desperation will always fold under pressure. Next, we have what Kirby would call the logistics of the burn. They had a plan for the money, but they didn't have a plan for the heat. As a strategist, you always have to audit the post-success landscape. If winning the deal brings more heat than you can handle, you haven't won. You've just moved the target to your back. This next one is very close to Anthony, as it is the sunk cost of loyalty. Anthony stays loyal to a crew that is increasingly unstable. Cleon did not do the same, and I don't wholeheartedly agree, but this is not my movie review, this is advice. In your career, loyalty to people who are no longer aligned with the mission is a sunk cost. Last but not least, we have what I like to call operational overreach. Being a great soldier doesn't make you a great heist lead. Stop trying to hustle in spaces where you haven't done the groundwork, even when you feel the walls closing in. This goes back to robbing a bank. Just don't do that. So what's our strategy? The moment a hustle becomes desperate, it's no longer a strategy. It's a gamble. And when you're gambling against a system that already wants you to lose, the odds are never in your favor. There's the infamous scene moments before the heist where they put on that white face paint. They're putting on a mask to do a job that is beneath their character because the world refused to see their true faces. This is the imposter pivot. We're trading our camera again for a mirror. When you have to compromise your ethics just to stay afloat because the legit path was blocked off for you, the cost of success has become too high. Anthony wasn't a criminal. He was a provider who was pushed to the edge. If your suit requires you to become a ghost of yourself, you aren't winning. You're losing your soul to the Dead Presidents. So what have the iconic Hughes brothers taught us in our season finale? No amount of Dead Presidents is worth a dead future. Know your worth before the market tells you what it is. Know your sunk costs before they bury you. And always, always have an exit strategy that doesn't involve a burning bridge or a heist where the score is an armored vehicle. Again, just don't rob a bank. It's not safe. I'm Lady Ray. This has been Suit and Screen. We've traveled from the hustle to the hard pivot and now to the exit. Thank you for being part of my screening room. I'm taking a short hiatus to recalibrate the projector and find some new screens for season 2. Until then, stay sharp, stay stylish, and remember, you're not crazy because you want to do something a little different. I'll see you in the next season.